I knew it wasn't working. I mean, for one, when we came out, the distance just was not ideal. I knew that we wouldn't sort of have enough time to see each other. And I think when we did, there just was a couple of um, red flags in the sense of like all the other couples looked very coupley when we were out for dinner or in nightclubs, and Trey just kind of wouldn't sit next to me, or would be giving other girls a little bit of attention in the nightclubs as well. And it, with my past relationships being cheated on, etc., like that just wasn't something that I kind of wanted to get involved in again. And especially being in the public eye, like it can be quite embarrassing, having other girls come up to you and tell you that your partner has said XYZ. So yeah, I kind of just knew in the back of my head that it wasn't something that I was too keen on. And I do think that there may have been like a little bit of like a vendetta behind the relationship, in terms of, I think Trey mentioned about he wanted to go on All Stars and kind of like keeping us in the limelight and stuff. But me, I'm such a genuine person, like I can't, like I find it hard to fake a relationship and fake liking someone just for the sake of publicity and stuff like that. If I want to find someone, I want it to be because I actually have a good connection with them and we get on. So yeah.
So do you feel like it was genuine at all, your sort of feelings for each other from his side? Do you think that because when he obviously split it off with Jess, do you think that was actually to make sure that he did get in the villa by coupling up with you?
I think him splitting off with Jess could have maybe been tactical, because he might have had an idea that that Jess would come back with someone else. And I don't know, when me and him coupled up, like I thought it was genuine. Like I had a really good connection with him in the villa. I never really wanted to go for Kieran. So it kind of was like nice to have him there. So I do think we had a genuine connection in the villa. Maybe it was tactful him going for me just because he knew Jess was going to come back with someone else, but I never wanted to interfere with the Kieran and Nicole situation. That was kind of, I think, my narrative put in there by the producers. But in reality, I kind of pied Kieran off my ex, so I never really wanted to engage with Kieran in the first place. And when I found Trey, I thought brilliant, because this is someone that I actually really kind of like. There was a couple of things that was going on in the villa, like with Trey knew I was upset about the Kieran thing and being prompted to talk about it, and then was consoling me and making sure I was okay one minute, and then the next he was playing up for the cameras and asking me about the situation and starting an argument over the situation. So that wasn't ideal in there, and kind of just playing up to this whole narrative that I didn't want to exist. So that kind of like made me think a little bit while I was in there, but I thought, you know what, it's a TV show, let's wait and see what happens on the outside. And then I think when we kind of came out on the outside, I think I kind of knew. We gave it a go for a couple of weeks, but there were definitely a few things that kind of made me think I can't do this anymore.
And quite quickly, he's been pictured out with Abby Quinnen. So what do you think of that? And do you think it's a bit of a showman's?
So him being pictured with Abby, I wasn't shocked at all. I definitely think it's something Trey would do. I think, he is kind of living life at the moment. It could be a bit of a showman's, who knows? But, Abby's a lovely girl. I met her last week at one of the events in London, and I had absolutely no idea that she'd planned to go on this date with Trey when I spoke to her. But no, she's a lovely girl. And, I just kind of want to make sure that, she knows he is being genuine with her, just because, it wouldn't be nice for him to just be kind of using her for the limelight and in this industry. So I'd just like to think that his feelings for her are genuine if he is taking her out on dates and doing all the things that he said he was going to do with me but never did.
Do you think that if you saw her then, do you think that you would sort of maybe give her a bit of a warning about what to expect from him and the red flags that you spotted?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really my place to get involved in anyone else's business, but, if Abby did want to talk about, sort of the Trey situation, because I think it probably will be addressed when we see each other, I'll give her my honest opinion about the situation. I'll wish her all the best. But I think I would have to keep my fingers and toes crossed for her that it would work out, just because, I'm just not really sure what his intentions are behind it all. So yeah, I mean, you could call it a warning, I guess, but maybe a light-hearted one, because he's not that bad, but you just have to try and suss out if his feelings are genuine or not.